One organization is celebrating the lives of children that have passed away by gathering together for the annual Walk to Remember. News Channel 7's Emily Clegg has the story.
Saturday morning, a mix of community supporters and community members who have lost a child, grandchild, or sibling came out to the Compassionate Friends Children's Memorial Garden for the 9th annual Walk to Remember. The walk is a fundraiser for the Bay County chapter of Compassionate Friends, a nationwide organization offering peer-to-peer support for families grieving the loss of a child, grandchild, or sibling. Attendees walk to honor their memory.
Heartfelt, it's sad sometimes to remember, but it's also joyful because we all come together as one. We all know what we're all going through, what we've all been through with the loss of either a child, grandchild, or sibling, and it just helps to have kind people together in one place that we can celebrate our loved ones.
Compassionate Friends leaders share that it's heartwarming to see so many people show up to help support the organization and grieving families. In Bay County, Emily Clegg, News Channel 7.
The Walk to Remember is the only fundraiser for the year put on by Compassionate Friends of Bay County. Proceeds go toward the organization and upkeeping the Children's Memorial Garden.